And in case of supplies to sedge units and sedge developers has two options, as I explained in the previous video: supply of goods or services to sedge unit on payment of IGST and without payment of IGST under bond or letter of undertaking. Let me explain this with example. Mr. A supplies goods to Mr. B. The value is 2 lakh, 18% GST, that comes 36,000. It is input tax to Mr. B. And if Mr. B supplies to Mr. C, who has unit in sedge, so the value of this supply, if it is 2,50,000 at 18% GST, that comes 45,000 IGST. So all exports and supply of goods or services to special economic zone unit or special economic zone developers are treated as interstate supply and IGST is levied. So this 45,000 IGST Mr. B has to pay to the government. While paying this 45,000, again he can claim 36,000 as input tax credit. So this 45,000 he can claim refund later on. Okay, this is the first case. And in second case, again Mr. A supplies goods to Mr. B. The value is 2 lakh, 18% GST, 36,000, that is input tax. And Mr. B supplies to Mr. C, who has sedge, he has unit in sedge. The value is 2,50,000, but he is supplying goods to Mr. C, means supplying goods to sedge unit without payment of IGST. If he is not supplying goods or services without payment of IGST, then he has to supply under bond or letter of undertaking. So bond or letter of undertaking, as I explained in the previous video. Okay, so this in case of supplies to sedge or sedge units. So to claim the IGST in option 1 or in option 2, he will claim input tax credit, that 36,000 as refund. So to claim IGST in option 1 and to claim input tax credit in option 2, the supplier has to follow some procedure. The procedures to be followed by supplier: a refund application. The supplier will file a refund application to claim the refund of IGST in option 1 or input tax credit option 2. And the supplies made to sedge unit are fully utilized in sedge units only. If they are utilized other than sedge units, then the supplier is not liable to claim refund of ITC. Okay, and supplier has to submit an acknowledgement. This acknowledgement is nothing but evidence given by special economic zone officer regarding receipt of goods or services. So for that evidence, the supplier has to give acknowledgement and submit that to that at the time of claiming refund. So the procedure in case of special economic, supplying to special economic zone unit and claiming the refund application, goods should be utilized in special economic zone only. If they are not utilized in special economic zone, means if they utilize other special economic zone unit, then the supplier cannot claim refund. Submission of acknowledgement. This is an evidence given by sedge officer, and this is in case of supplies to special economic zone unit. Then what is the difference between export of goods or services and supplies to Sage Unit or Sage developers. Claiming of refund in case of export of goods or services and supplies to Sage Unit or Sage developers. The differences: in case of export of goods or services, there is no application for refund. Exporter need not submit any application for refund, but he has to submit shipping bill or bill of export. The shipping bill or bill of export deemed to be application for refund in case of export of goods or services, whereas in case of supplies to Sage Unit or Sage developer, supplier has to file refund application. Okay, and the another difference is, in case of export of goods or services, a pre-export general manifest, it means the goods exported are listed in pre-export general manifest. So then only that can be the refund can be claimed by exporter. But whereas in case of supplies to Sage Unit or Sage developer, supplier submits an acknowledgement. That acknowledgement is evidence given by Sage officer. So these are the two difference in case of export of goods or services and supplies to Sage Unit or Sage developers. In case of export of goods or services, there is no application. Shipping bill or bill of export itself is application for refund, whereas in case of supplies to Sage Unit or Sage developer, he has to file refund application. And the third situation, the first situation is export of goods or services, and in case of supplies to Sage Unit and Sage developers. And the third situation which leads to refund claim, inverted duty structure, accumulated ITC on account of inverted duty structure. What is inverted duty structure? Inverted duty structure means if rate of tax on inputs is higher than rate of tax on outward supply, then it is called as inverted duty structure. Means if rate of tax on inputs is higher than the rate of tax on outward supplies is known as inverted duty structure. That is, if input tax is greater than output tax, if input tax is greater than output tax, then it is called inverted duty structure. Let me explain with an example. Let's take Mr. A supplies goods to Mr. B. The value of goods is 2 lakh at 18% GST, that comes 36,000. This 36,000 is input tax to Mr. B. That means Mr. B has to pay 2 lakh plus 36,000 to Mr. A. 36,000 is input tax to Mr. B. And if Mr. B supplies same goods to Mr. C, the value of goods is 2,20,000 at 12% GST. The 12% GST, it comes 26,400. 26,400. So Mr. C has to pay 2,20,000 plus 26,400 to Mr. B. This 26,400 Mr. B has to pay government. So as you know, while paying 26,400, he can claim this 36,000 as input tax credit. He can avail input tax credit 36,000. The excess of 9,600 out of 36,000, 26,400 Mr. B will pay to the government. The remaining 9,600 is unutilized input tax credit. So this unutilized input tax credit, that is 9,600, Mr. B can claim a refund. So inverted duty structure means if input tax is more than output tax, or if output tax is less than input tax, that is called inverted duty structure. The accumulated balance available in input tax electronic credit ledger that can be claimed as refund. So that 9600 unutilized ITC, this 9600 unutilized ITC can Mr. B can claim refund. So what it is called inverted duty structure. But there are some condition to claim refund in case of inverted duty structure. The conditions are no refund if output tax is nil rated or exempted. So means if the supplier is making the goods supplying goods which are nil rated or exempted supplies, then this inverted duty structure means this unutilized RTC cannot claim as refund. And whereas if no refund on notified supplies, means if the supplies are notified by the government, then he cannot claim input tax credit on that. So conditions: no refund if output tax is nil rated or exempted supply, or no refund in case of the notified supplies.